Hello class, welcome to my YouTube channel. And students, as in the last lecture we were discussing about the digestive glands. So today's topic will be about pancreas. Today we are going to discuss about pancreas. So pancreas is another digestive gland that we will be discussing today. And pancreas is basically it's a elongated gland which is situated below the stomach. It's situated below the stomach, and this pancreas, students, it's also known as the heterocrine gland, or it's also known as the myxocrine gland. So why it is known as the heterocrine or myxocrine gland, you must be knowing, because it acts both as an endocrine and exocrine gland. Now if we talk about endocrine and exocrine, endocrine is that type of gland which pours its secretions directly into the blood, and exocrine is that type of gland which pours its secretion through a duct basically. Okay, so it is known as the heterocrine or myxocrine gland. And this pancreas basically, it secretes, what it secretes, it secretes pancreatic juice, and it secretes some hormones which is insulin and glucagon. Now students, coming to the next part, this pancreas is basically, it's a leaf-like gland like this. So it's situated, it's divided into three parts: head, body, and tail. The head part, basically the head of the pancreas, it's fitted into the concavity of duodenum. You know duodenum, we had discussed duodenum is the part of small intestine. So here the pancreas head is fitted into the duodenum, into the C-shaped concavity of duodenum. And then body lies between, basically the body and tail is there. Then the middle part, it lies between the head and the tail. And tail, basically tail, if we talk about tail, here tail, it is the narrowest part, and it is the narrowest part, this tail, and it lies next to the spleen. This tail part, it lies next to spleen, the tail part here. And this pancreas, it's the outermost covering of the pancreas. If we talk about the outermost covering, that is serosa capsule. Serosa capsule is the outermost covering of the pancreas. I hope students this much is clear. And next, what we will discuss about this pancreas is like duct. Now I told you pancreas is, it acts both as an endocrine and exocrine gland. So pancreas has a duct also, through which it releases its secretions, and that duct is known as the duct of Wirsing. Duct of Wirsing. This is very important. You should note this down, because in exams such questions are mostly asked. And next thing, pancreas contains cells, which are known as the acini. So the functional unit of pancreas, this is also important. Pancreas is made up of cells which are a group of cells, a duct of cells which are known as the acinar cells, and these functional units, they are known as acini. So functional unit of pancreas is acini. Okay, and these basically acinar cells, uh, along with we have another cells are present here which are known as the islets of Langerhans. And these islets of Langerhans, it is a group of cells, and it also contains three types of cells. We have alpha cells, we have beta cells, and we have delta cells. Okay, delta cells. Now what is the function of alpha cells, students? Alpha cell releases glucagon. Glucagon, know when there is a deficiency of glucose in our body, glucagon, it gets converted into glucose. We had already discussed this in the previous lecture. And then beta cells release insulin. uh, what is the function of insulin? Insulin basically maintains the blood glucose level. If there is excess of glucose, so insulin helps in absorbing that excess of glucose to maintain the blood sugar level. And then here delta cells also releases a hormone which is known as the somatostatin. Somatostatin, students. Now, what is the function of this somatostatin? Let me explain that. I hope this is clear. Duct of Wirsing, the pancreatic duct, and then acini, which are the cells, which are the functional units, along with this islets of Langerhans. Functional unit of pancreas, acini. And then we have these cells, islets of Langerhans, alpha, beta, delta. I told you what they secrete. Now we will talk about the somatostatin. Somatostatin basically, what it does, it maintains the blood glucose homeostasis. Glucose homeostasis, what it means? It just decrease the level of insulin and glucagon to maintain that stable blood sugar relationship. See, students, if there is excess of glucose in, if there is like excess of glucose in our blood, insulin is released. Why? Because it can absorb the maximum of glucose. And if there is shortage of glucose, then glucagon is released, so that to maintain that level of glucose in our blood. So this somatostatin, it acts as a balance between glucagon and insulin. So it decreases both the levels of insulin and glucagon to maintain a normal, a stable blood glucose level. Okay, so this was about the somatostatin. Next, students, we have talking about the pancreas. Basically, pancreas opens into duodenum also. It releases its secretions into duodenum also through a duct. That duct is known as the duct of Santorini. Duct of Santorini. Okay, you will remember this. So through this duct of Santorini, this pancreas opens into what? It opens into, I told you, it opens into the duodenum basically. Okay, so it releases its secretions into duodenum through this duct of Santorini. And now we have, so pancreas releases the pancreatic juice, and mostly we have like 800 ml of pancreatic juice is released daily. And this pancreatic juice, the pH of pancreatic juice is 8.6. is the pH of pancreatic juice. So it's basically alkaline. And next we have pancreatic juice composition. What is the composition of this? It contains bicarbonate ions and it contains some enzymes. Which are trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, and the last one we have carboxypeptidase. So students, I hope this much is clear to you, and in the upcoming lecture I'm going to talk about the composition of pancreatic juice. So till then, thanks for watching my video. Take care.